Right now, the future of a downtown high-rise as the owner applies for a demolition permit and a developer draws up a new, bigger design. Plus, a dramatic crash caught on camera, a suspected impaired driver causing a fiery chain reaction. And a scare in Times Square has hundreds of people running for safety. We'll show you what happened straight ahead. News 3 Now at 10 starts right now. And thanks for joining us tonight. We've started to get a little taste of spring the last few days, and of course, with that warmer weather always comes the possibility for severe weather, and that is the case this week. Let's check in right away with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. He's on the backyard patio. Gary?
Eric, it was a nice day today. One of the few mild days that we've had so far this month, but things will change for tomorrow. The time lapse from WISC Skycam showed some morning clouds and then bright sunshine for the afternoon. Skies will actually be clear tonight, and that will allow temperatures to drop off. The air's still pretty dry across Wisconsin, so you don't expect thunderstorms, but that'll change in the next 24 hours. High temperatures today, middle 60s across most of southern Wisconsin. Even near Lake Michigan, temperatures made it to the 60-degree mark, and right now temperatures are in the 40s. A few places dropping to the upper 30s up to our north and west, but still 50 in Janesville and 55 in Monroe. But we do have that alert day in the forecast from tomorrow night through Wednesday for the possibility for severe thunderstorms, high winds, hail, perhaps some isolated tornadoes as well, depending on the timing of a cold front, especially Wednesday afternoon. For tomorrow, look for temperatures to start out in the middle to upper 30s, but the clouds will move in quickly and thunderstorms could develop by late afternoon with a high of 62. Again, the best chances for severe weather later tomorrow night into Wednesday. I'll have more on the timing of that in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. And as we enter the severe weather season, be sure to check out our First Warn weather app, interactive radar, forecast, advisory. It is all for free. And the future of a building in the heart of downtown Madison is still uncertain. We're talking about the 12-story high-rise at 131 West Wilson Street. It houses Paisan's Restaurant, just blocks from the Capitol, overlooking Lake Monona. The building has been plagued with structural issues recently. It was first evacuated back in September. Then 3 months later, it was shut down again after the owner didn't make payments for required inspections. And just last week, they submitted a notice of intent to tear that building down. As Brad Hamilton explains, that may be where this is all heading. Brad?
Eric, the Bassett neighborhood met tonight to hear about the potential development, which will only happen if the demolition is granted. And there was a mixed reaction tonight, with some understanding the need to start over, while others want no part of it.
It's a group of people that have a lot of pride in what they do.
With the fate of his family restaurant up in the air,
We don't know what's going to happen, and I don't think it's right. Not at all. Not one little bit.
Paisan's co-owner Wally Borowski wants answers from his landlord of 45 years, Rice Investments.
I can't say that he's shared anything with us other than he wants to sell it. I guess they want to tear it down.
From the little information Wally does know, he might be right. Last week, City Inspector Matt Tucker confirmed the notice of intent to demolish 131 West Wilson Street. And at a community meeting tonight, a developer proposed a potential 14-story building as its replacement under new ownership.
I'm not here to show you a rendering of a building. We haven't designed a building. We're looking at how do you work with the neighborhood? How do you work with Wilson Street? How do you work with the skyline of Madison?
There is a long process ahead before anything gets decided. Borowski hopes whatever that resolution is doesn't close Paisan's home for the past 4 decades.
To me, it's more than just this business. It's this family that we're part of.
We did reach out to Greg Rice for comment on tonight's story, but did not hear back.
Brad, thank you. Next at 10, in court today, one of the men charged in connection with the downtown Madison homicide last month, 25-year-old Amon Galtney, given a $1 million cash bond. He is charged with first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime and eluding an officer, both of which are felonies. Galtney scheduled back in court next week. Officials in Cedar Rapids are identifying the 2 people shot and killed early yesterday morning. A vigil held last night outside the downtown bar where Michael Valentine and Nicole Owens were killed. Police say Valentine was targeted in the shooting, which left at least 10 other people hurt. Officers are now looking for several suspects, but say they are still investigating. President Biden and his Justice Department announcing new executive regulations to address homemade weapons known as ghost guns from the Rose Garden at the White House. The president says the goal is to classify them the same as regular firearms.
Last year alone, law enforcement reported approximately 20,000 suspected ghost guns to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. That's a 10-fold increase in these ghost guns from 2016.
Ghost guns are homemade firearms that can be assembled using a 3D printer or with kits purchased online. They lack serial numbers, which makes it impossible for law enforcement to trace. The new proposed rules would require gun makers to include serial numbers, be federally licensed, run background checks, and keep purchase records as long as they are in business. A Greene County fire chief stepping down. Monroe Chief William Erb says he's resigning due to personal reasons. He was just sworn in January. The Monroe City Administrator says it's too soon to say when a new chief could be appointed or who will be considered. And caught on camera, a driver suspected of being under the influence crashing into a box truck. This was in Minnesota this afternoon. A fiery chain reaction here. You can see the car lose control while trying to get onto Highway 10 in Spring Lake Park. It hit a semi, which also lost control and burst into flames. Took several hours for crews to clear the wreck. Luckily, no one was seriously injured. An explosion and fire today in California, rocking a UPS warehouse in Lancaster, burned for several hours. The smoke seen for miles. The fire and explosion damaged the building and several big rigs. Investigators are now trying to find out what caused it. No one was hurt. And another business explosion overnight. This one a little closer to us in Michigan. A dumpster rental service in Lansing. Fire crews say it was unoccupied, and inside were tires and scrap materials. The cause of this fire unknown. Officials say it'll be quite some time before they can figure out exactly what sparked that fire. New at 10, California's largest gas and electric company agreeing to pay out a combined $55 million settlement. This after the utility giant's faulty equipment caused 2 wildfires. In 2019, you'll recall the Kincaid fire. It burned more than 77,000 acres in Sonoma County. Cal Fire determined it was sparked by a broken cable on a transmission line. Then last summer, the Dixie fire charged close to 1 million acres, charring some 5 northern counties. Cause of that fire, a power line that came into contact with a tree. Well, check this out. A moment of chaos in Times Square over the weekend. This EarthCam video shows people starting to scramble. Con Ed says a power cable failure led to an explosion and fire in a manhole. As firefighters worked to put it out, dark gray smoke came from that manhole and 2 others, filling the air. Firefighters evacuated people in the area as a precaution. Ukrainian officials are telling residents in the east to get out now. That's ahead of expected major attacks by Russian forces. Allegations of war crimes committed by Russian President Vladimir Putin and his troops are intensifying. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand reports.
CBS News spoke to Vera, an 83-year-old retired school teacher who says she was raped by a Russian soldier when her village was occupied. She said he grabbed her by the back of the neck, that she started to choke and couldn't breathe. She said her disabled husband was in the house at the time of the attack and that she was beaten. Vera says she wishes he had killed her instead of what he did. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says the U.S. is helping to gather evidence of possible war crimes in Ukraine.
It's also fairly transparent for the world to see. Again, the brutality and the war crimes that Russian forces are conducting.
Ukraine warned those in the east to evacuate while they still can. New video shows an 8-mile convoy of Russian troops on their way to the Donbas region. They're now following the orders of a new general, Alexander Dvernikov, who was in charge in Syria, where Russia is accused of war crimes. In the southern port city of Mariupol, some cleanup of devastated buildings is underway as residents waited in line for water. The mayor here says over 10,000 civilians have been killed, but Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky believes the death toll is likely higher.
President Biden held a virtual meeting with India's prime minister to discuss Ukraine. India is reliant on Russia for defense equipment and also imports the country's energy.
The United States and India are going to continue our close consultation on how to manage the destabilizing effects of this Russian war.
UNICEF says almost 2/3 of Ukraine's estimated 7.5 million children have been displaced. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The Pentagon released a statement about allegations on social media that chemical munitions were used in Mariupol. Press Secretary Kirby says they cannot be confirmed at this time, but they are deeply concerning if they prove to be accurate. New tonight, a former police officer who stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, found guilty on all 6 charges at trial. Thomas Robertson, an officer from Virginia, was arrested last January. Soon after, was fired from his job. Robertson, the second January 6th defendant to take his case to a jury, also the second to be convicted on all counts. else. TV personality Dr. Oz wants to be Senator Oz. He just got former President Trump's endorsement. It's a Pennsylvania race that'll be closely watched in November's midterms because it could be the Democrats' best chance of picking up a GOP-held seat. More local news now. The statue outside the Capitol honoring Colonel Hans Christian Haig will be rededicated during the Memorial Day holiday weekend. That statue, along with Lady Forward that overlooks State Street, were both torn down by protesters in the summer of 2020. Colonel Haig was a Norwegian immigrant who became an American citizen and fought to abolish slavery before his death in the Civil War. He was the highest-ranking Wisconsin soldier to die in the war. For the first time in 2 years, Fort McCoy opening its doors to the public for an Armed Forces Day open house. The event canceled last year due to the pandemic. This year's open house will be held on May 21st, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is free and will be open to the public. Attendees will get to see the base's History Center, World War II-era buildings, Equipment Park, and Veterans Memorial Plaza. There will also be a guided bus tour, a sandbag filling station, and a chance to get personalized ID tags. Fort McCoy staff and units will also be on hand to talk about what they do. Still ahead tonight, Gary will have an updated look at the severe weather risk for tomorrow night into Wednesday. But first, 8 of the top 10 busiest airports in the world are now here in the United States. We'll tell you which one took the top spot. That's coming up next.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hy-Vee. This Tuesday, get Hy-Vee butter, only 99 cents. And dine in at Market Grill and get a tenderloin for only $5. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa. That's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Super Cash with Lightning Ball. During April, there's a 1 in 3 chance that the Lightning Ball strikes a set of 2 plays. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Top prize not included, only in April. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hy-Vee. This Tuesday, get Hy-Vee butter, only 99 cents. And dine in at Market Grill and get a tenderloin for only $5. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
If you have a bike you're not riding anymore, we know a kid in the 608 who would love to have it.
Josh Sprider shares how you can help a local group give kids their first set of wheels.
And the chance for severe weather on Wednesday continues to increase. We'll track that tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Atlanta's airport, once again, the world's busiest, according to the Trade Association Airports Council International. Hartsfield-Jackson had 75.7 million passengers last year, up a whopping 76% from the year before, but still about 32% below the pre-pandemic level. Staffing issues forcing JetBlue to cut flights this summer. The airline says it's canceling 8 to 10% of flights starting next month through the summer. That's after a weekend of widespread cancellations it blamed on severe weather and staffing. The problems continued today. The airline delaying or canceling 1 in every 5 flights. A traffic note going forward, resurfacing underway on 18151 in Dane County. Crews will be working on an 8-mile stretch between the Dane and Iowa County line and Town Hall Road in Mount Horeb. During construction, traffic will be reduced to 1 lane each way, scheduled to be finished this November. Plans for the state's largest solar farm are moving ahead. The Public Service Commission approved the massive project for eastern Dane County last week. The Koshkonong Solar Project would host 300 megawatts of solar energy with additional battery storage. This will be enough to power about 60,000 homes, but some folks who live near the Cambridge area where the plant will go, they say plans were approved without taking some important things into account.
Safety of all these wires around our house for us, for our children and our grandchildren, and for the people that live here after us.
Well, Sharon Lund there says she has concerns about electric fields created by the underground lines connecting the panels together. Still, many environmentalists in the state view the project as a big win for clean energy. Next at 10, Mattel taking a step toward more environmentally friendly toys. The company released its carbon-neutral products, including a Matchbox Tesla model produced with recycled items. Now, in order to partly accomplish this move, the brand bought carbon offsets from Canada's Darkwood Forest Conservation Project. Carbon offsets allow companies to take steps like protecting a forest so that carbon emissions are offset. Elon Musk will not be joining Twitter's company board. The CEO of Tesla recently bought a 9% stake in the social media giant, which makes him the largest shareholder in the company. The original plan was for Musk to be appointed to the board on Saturday, but he decided against the move the same day. Baskin-Robbins making some changes. The 77-year-old ice cream shop tweaking its logo, employee uniforms, and packaging to update the brand. According to the company, it is the first major update for Baskin-Robbins since 2006. It'll also be unveiling new flavors as part of the refresh. In addition, for the first time, it'll also sell merchandise, including bikes and bucket hats from a dedicated online store. Well, here's something to be excited about. Madison City golf courses will open for the season tomorrow morning. The City Parks Department says the Monona, Odena Hills, and Yahara Hills golf courses will all be open and playable, while Glenway Golf Park continues to be closed for its remodel. Storms could be an issue later tomorrow into Wednesday. Gary now with details in his first warn forecast. Gary?
I was going to say, if you're going to go out tomorrow, do it in the morning because you don't want to be out on the golf course during thunderstorms, and that certainly is a possibility in the afternoon. We have an alert day in the forecast from tomorrow night into the day on Wednesday, so we kind of pushed up the timing on this. It looks like there's a little more of a severe weather threat tomorrow night than originally that we were looking at. Before, it looked like just the potential for some hail, but now even the possibility for an isolated tornado as well as strong winds, as temperatures will be warmer a little quicker tomorrow night. On Wednesday, a cold front will move through during the afternoon and will end the severe weather threat. The later that front moves through during the afternoon, the more likely it is that we'll see severe weather and higher end severe weather events. Doppler track tonight, quiet across Wisconsin. The air is dry here, but the moisture is already starting to develop down to the south. Take a look at what's going down in Arkansas. These are thunderstorms that have just literally blown up over a couple of hour time period. These supercell thunderstorms, one produced a damaging tornado just north of Little Rock toward the Little Rock Air Force Base and over toward the Jacksonville area. You can see another tornado warning now in effect just north and northeast of Jacksonville. This is storm shear track. So this shows basically where the storms tracked along over the last couple of hours, showing the rotation over time. And unfortunately, you can see near Mayflower, Arkansas, homes damaged near I-40, and that was the same storm that went through the northern portion of Little Rock. For us, the severe weather threat expands northeastward tomorrow, probably tomorrow night. Storms developing over Iowa, highest severe weather threat there, an enhanced risk or level 3 risk, level 2 risk from Madison westward, and east of Madison, level 1 risk for an isolated severe thunderstorm. Tornado threat, highest across Iowa. The hatched area indicates the potential for EF2 or stronger tornadoes, but still at least a little bit of a tornado risk into southern Wisconsin. Hail, again, a little more of a risk here than farther to the north and east. The area that's hatched here with the highest risk, that's where there could be hail larger than 2 inches in diameter. And the high wind threat, highest across western Iowa, but can't be ruled out across southern Wisconsin as well. On Wednesday, the severe weather threat moves eastward. All of southern Wisconsin under a level 2 risk. But again, that could change depending on the timing of the cold front. Comes through a little bit earlier, the severe weather risk would be lower. Comes through a little bit later, or it could be higher. So something to really keep an eye on. Future track beginning around noon tomorrow shows the storms developing in Iowa. The first batch probably not severe because temperatures will still be around 60 here, but our temperatures will hold steady or rise overnight. We could see a round of strong to severe thunderstorms maybe around midnight into the early morning hours, then a bit of a break, and then we're watching the cold front. That's the next feature that'll be moving through. This is just before noon. This model has the front right about over Madison, right around noon. So the highest severe weather threat will start shifting east of Madison, where the storms will be developing more into the afternoon. Once the front passes, the severe weather threat ends. But again, earlier in the afternoon or later in the afternoon, if that front holds back a little bit to the west, the severe weather threat would be higher here because it would be coming through at the time of day where severe weather would be more likely. The atmosphere is more unstable because it's a little bit warmer. 62 for high tomorrow. Afternoon thunderstorms. The winds will pick up as well. Again, on future track beginning at noon tomorrow, a couple of thunderstorms during the afternoon, some during the evening, around overnight. Then a break on Wednesday morning. Storms developing mid to late morning into the afternoon as the cold front moves eastward. Behind the front, the severe weather threat ends, and then the winds pick up as well. We could be looking at somewhere between 3/4 of an inch and 1.5 inches of rain, maybe some locally heavier amounts over the next 48 hours. But once the cold front comes through, temperatures drop by about 20 degrees for Thursday, and the winds could gust to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Temperatures stay chilly through Easter. Could see a rain or snow shower Monday, and then a warm up later next week.
Brewers off to a rocky start, but they're going to be coming home soon enough with lots to celebrate. We got more on the crew coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
People have been wondering, what's gotten into Lindsay? But it's really what Lindsay's gotten into, Planet Fitness. And now through April 14th, you can join for only $1 down and $10 a month. Join now and feel fit-tacular for $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. But hurry, deal ends Thursday, April 14th.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing? Or
it absolutely could be a daily thing, but the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first applications. Visit getplexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Spring is in the air. The birds are back, the days are warmer, and spring blossoms are starting to pop. Beautiful, colorful, delicate flowers. This spring, let the outdoor living experts at the Bruce Company help you bring this season to life. Colorful plants, stylish garden art, and the latest trends in outdoor furniture. The Bruce Company has everything you need to start your spring off right. So what's your dream this spring? Find it at the Bruce Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton, your outdoor living experts.
People have been wondering,
what's gotten into Lindsay?
but it's really what Lindsay's gotten into, Planet Fitness. And now through April 14th, you can join for only $1 down and $10 a month. Join now and feel fit-tacular for $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. But hurry, deal ends Thursday, April 14th.
It's a day of remembering and reflecting for Wisconsin football as the team continues to mourn the death of assistant coach Gary Brown, who lost his battle with cancer just last night. Brown, who served as the Cowboys running backs coach from 2013 to 2019, joined Wisconsin's program last season, coaching the same position. Before the Badgers competed in the Las Vegas Bowl back in December, the 52-year-old coach took a leave from the team, and today, current Badgers shared their memories of Brown and the legacy he leaves behind.
He definitely left an impact on me. He left an impact on this team. You know, he's a great guy, you know, and I wish that, you know, everybody that didn't get to meet him got to meet him, you know, because I think a 5-minute conversation with him was everything to me.
He had that mentality, like, I'm going to cherish every day and give my best foot every day. So I feel like even more so now that he's gone, we're going to take that approach in everything that we're doing.
The season-opening road trip for the Brewers has been anything but stellar. Now on the East Coast facing the Orioles, the Crew struggled once again. Bases juiced in the second. Cedric Mullins drops one into center. That scores 2 for the O's. Then the offense goes quiet for both teams. Brewers can't produce the big hit this afternoon. Baltimore picks up its first win of the season. Squads are back at it tomorrow at 6:05 for Game 2. And the Crew is just 3 days away from their home opener. In returning to AmFam Field, the Brewers are also going to honor a pair of pitchers for their 2021 season. On Friday, Corbin Burns will receive his National League Cy Young Award, while Josh Hader is presented his NL Reliever of the Year award. Pre-game ceremony begins at 7, followed by Game 2 with the Cards. And the Greek Freak's resume just keeps on growing. This afternoon, the league announced that Giannis is being named to the all-time NBA European First Team. During the regular season, the two-time MVP averaged almost 30 points, 12 boards, and 6 assists per game. So 82 games in the books. Now the Bucks begin the road to repeating as champions. They earned the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. They're going to face Chicago in the first round of the playoffs. The Bucks swept the regular season series, and in their last 17 games with the Bulls, the Deer are 16-1. Game 1 will be at Pfizer Forum on Sunday. Tip-off is still to be determined. The 2022 WNBA draft took place tonight. The #1 overall pick is Kentucky's Rhyne Howard. She's picked by the Atlanta Dream. Also, 4 Big Ten players got drafted tonight. Northwestern's Veronica Burton, Michigan State's Nia Clouden, Michigan's Naz Hillman, and Allie Patberg from Indiana. We'll be right back.
Special moment for Rhyne Howard. She's put in so much work through the course of her career. She's going to an
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. One call, that's all.
The Menards Garden Center is open. Save 11% at your one-stop destination for all your outdoor projects. Want flowers for your deck, patio, or yard? We've got hundreds of colorful options to choose from. Growing a larger garden? We've got the soils, seeds, and tools you need. Landscaping? Check out our wide selection of edgers, pavers, and patio block. The Menards Garden Center. Let's grow. Pick up a 6-pack of flowering annuals for $149 after 11% rebate.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
New in 2022, with the iCare Benefit Card, members have access to even more. In addition to receiving up to $1,200 per year in over-the-counter health items, members get a $50 monthly allowance for healthy food purchases and can earn rewards for completing healthy activities like getting a flu shot. Call the iCare Benefits Helpline for a free consultation to get all the benefits you're entitled to. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Signature Hall. Get tickets at madison.broadway.com.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Want an alert to come directly to your phone the next time your child's school is closed or delayed? Download the First Warn Weather app. Turn on the alerts so you're prepared when you need it.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning, installing train equipment and servicing all brands. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And finally, tonight, parents can now submit photos of their smiling infants in the annual search for this year's Gerber Baby. The winner will earn the title of Spokesbaby and Chief Growing Officer. He or she will be featured on the baby food company's social media channels and in its ad campaigns throughout the year. They will also get a $25,000 prize, which will pay for about 2 weeks of college by the time they go to college 18 years from now. Enter them now, though. Gerber Baby.
That baby image, I think, has been around
That's
since
like the 40s or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hasn't changed.
And when my brother and sister were like 2 and 3.
You remember.
I remember, yeah.
How about this storm system heading our way for tomorrow night into Wednesday,
yeah,
right?
Got to keep an eye on that. We do have an alert day in the forecast tonight. It's nice out there. Clear skies, a little chilly. Doppler track quiet around here, but severe thunderstorms already developing in the southern U.S. heading in our direction for tomorrow. 45 right now in Madison. Alert day for tomorrow night into Wednesday. High winds, hail, perhaps even some isolated tornadoes. There's the severe weather threat for tomorrow night. Highest risk across Iowa, but still some threat here. And then a slight risk of severe thunderstorms, level 2 risk for Wednesday and Wednesday afternoon.
Get the app on your phone. It's great. Jordan, get that app on your phone.
I will definitely will.
She's got the news one. She needs the weather one, too. Have a good one, folks.